My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey, folks, welcome back. Today, zooming in from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, we've got an acquisitions specialist, Mr. Elton Vazquez, who's been doing this for a while now. It's going on 4 years. He started in 2021, right in the midst of the pandemic. And when it comes to the whole I buy houses acquisition side of things, Elton knows a thing or two about that. So, Elton, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Hey, so a lot of people have probably heard the term acquisition specialist, but what does that actually mean in your context? Like, what do you do?
Right. So I'm looking for opportunities in my situation. It's single family residential opportunities that would be good for an investment. And it's based on the exit that we would use. So whether it's going to be a fix and flip, a rental, if we're going to wholesale it, or if we're going to owner finance it or something like that.
Okay.
I would be acquiring the property, getting it under contract, and then we have one of those exits available to us as well.
Exactly. All right. So there's a lot involved in this kind of a business. You know, there's a whole lead generation side of things to get people to put up their hand, and then you're the guy that they're talking to. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So what are the typical situations that you're seeing people in that get them motivated enough to call like an I buy houses company?
Yeah. So a lot of people just don't want to deal with making the repairs or going through like a traditional realtor on the market.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of the folks that we get that come through. Typically it could also be like, now the reason why they don't want to go through that process could be for so many reasons, right? So it could be they're getting a divorce, they don't have enough time because maybe they're getting a foreclosure or something like that, or they really just don't want to mess with doing anything to the property.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why we get people.
Very cool. I was just interviewing another gentleman a little earlier on today, same business, but he's part of a franchise like the I Buy Ugly Houses or one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
Are you guys independent or part of a franchise as well?
We're independent.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Very, very cool. Are you focusing on properties in and around Dallas, Fort Worth or elsewhere?
Focusing on Dallas, Fort Worth and the surrounding areas.
Mm-hmm.
But we have some properties in Florida, and then there's some properties in Kansas and Tennessee.
Okay, very good. So, Elton, as an acquisition specialist, what are you finding is working best for you to convert somebody from just being kind of a warm lead who's opted in into actually selling you guys their property?
What have I been finding that works the best?
What do you find works best? Like, are you able to get these things going over the phone? Do you start on the phone, then meet in person? What does the process look like for you?
Right. So somebody opts in, they raise their hand through whatever marketing channel it is that we have, right?
Yeah.
And I give them a phone call. Hey, I figure out what their motivation is, what their situation is, and then we kind of have a discussion about if we're a good fit for them, what it would look like to work with us, and those kind of things. If we're on the same ballpark. When I started in 2021, I was able to close like 90% of my deals over the phone.
Now, you kind of had to, right in the midst of COVID, right?
Right. a lot of people. Well, it was also just seen as normal to do everything like over the phone.
Right.
These days, people are like, "Wait, I want to meet you. I want to shake your hand," and that kind of thing. So, that's been helping me a lot in this market to go out, meet people, shake their hand, and and walk them through the whole process right then and there. I find that people feel a lot more comfortable these days doing it that way.
Right. Now, what's your experience and what are your recommendations as far as speed to lead goes? Like, how important is it to connect with that person, or how quickly should you connect with that person after they've opted in for something?
Yeah, it's extremely important.
Is that, yeah.
Right. Yeah, because when somebody that's when they're most motivated that time.
Yeah.
So they reached out and they're thinking about this pain that they have, and it's built up so much to the point that they've decided to go and do some sort of outreach or whatever it is, and opt in to get messages from iBuyers.
Okay, very good. So are you plugged into the system 24/7? Do they give you time off for sleeping? Like
Yeah, right.
because I imagine some of these people are opting in 3 o'clock in the morning when they're awake because life's hitting them upside the head and they see that ad hits them right at the exact right time. How do you guys do speed to lead in the middle of the
Yeah,
night sort of thing? Or how
it's
does that
it's
work?
diff it's difficult to it's difficult to be there. I'm not monitoring. I'm doing at the same time on the phone with other people, or
Yeah.
I'm visiting other properties. So it's difficult to be um, to get to the lead within 3 seconds or 5 minutes or whatever it is. That's a challenge that we're facing right now. Is how can we get to them faster? We try to
Mhm.
get to them as fast as possible, but there's always room to improve. So we have obviously I get notified as soon as they come through, and if I'm available, I get to them. We have a lead manager that she'll reach out or whatever it is as soon as a lead comes through. Also, people get an automated text message from us whenever they get a lead asking for, or whenever we have a lead that comes through asking for if they prefer a call or if they prefer text, when's a good time to reach out.
Okay.
That happens automatically.
Yeah.
And then something I'm curious about and I'm interested in is a lot of this AI technology. The CRM
Mhm.
we're using right now is introducing an AI uh, an AI
Assistant.
voice. Yeah,
Yeah, you guys using Go High Level?
no, we're using Resimply.
Okay, recently. Got it.
We
Yeah.
were using Go High Level,
Mhm.
but Resimply is made specifically for what we do,
Got it.
and so there's just a lot of features that are really awesome. I've used a ton of CRMs. I've learned so much about CRMs doing this. I should make a course about it or something because I'm like a CRM guru. I know all Salesforce, Go High Level, Resimply, Follow Up Boss, all those things. But anyway,
Yeah, man. Okay, so speed to lead is very important, and now you're seeing more in-person uh, connections with people. What do you find works best for following up with folks? Because I'm sure some people sign on the dotted line right away, but most people don't. Most people, you're probably making an offer and they have to think about it or whatever. So what do you find works best for follow up, Elton?
it's really it's a really tough line to straddle because there's like right there's a line, and you can follow up with them too much or follow up with them too little. If you follow up
Yeah,
with them too much, they block you and you never hear from them again. If you don't follow up with them enough, then they sign with somebody else.
yeah,
And so that's where building a relationship and really understanding who you're working with and where they're at in their home selling journey is really important, because there isn't I can't say that there is like a really a like a rule or something that you need to stick to. To me, it's just how motivated, what's the relationship that I have with this person? How motivated do they sound? What
mhm,
time frame are they working with? And then I follow up with them accordingly. Most people don't sign on the first call that we have. A lot of people, it does take like 5, 6, 7. I mean, one guy, I followed up with him for like 6 months, 6 or 7, like it was like 6 months, and until he was ready to sign.
yeah. That's that's good persistence, my friend. That's awesome. So, what kind of volume is your company doing of transactions, whether that be flips or wholesale deals or buy and hold? What kind of volume are you guys doing? Let's say a year, give or take?
On a year?
Yeah,
Okay.
a yearly basis.
I would say we do about 5 to 8 transactions a month,
Mm-hmm.
but it ebbs and flows.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, in a year, maybe,
50, 60 kind of thing.
yeah, like somewhere around 60, maybe a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more than that in a year.
And what percentage would you say are wholesale deals versus flips versus hold?
Back when I started, a lot of it was wholesale. Right now, we're closing on a lot of properties.
Mm,
And then their flips are most of them are flips and rentals. Percentage wise, I couldn't say exactly because a lot of that's kind of past me
yeah,
at that point. I don't know if they keep them as a rental or if they want to put them on the market when they fix it up.
got it. So Elton, to create that volume of deal flow, how many how many leads are you typically talking to, like in a day or in a week?
So that's one of our key KPIs, right, that we're tracking, and we just switched our CRM to Resimply. Um, we just did that like last month.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to say because I haven't looked at our data isn't accurate right now. Our
Got
data
it.
isn't accurate right now. But um, how many
Well,
leads?
let's say like on a daily basis, like how many leads are you talking to on a day? Not including the follow-up stuff, just like fresh people.
Oh, fresh people that we're
Yeah,
talking to.
yeah,
We probably right now our lead flow is kind of down right now, but recently it's been probably 5 or 6 people a week that opt in,
okay, yeah,
that are opting in as of right now. But if you asked me in December, like late December or early January, I was talking to like 20 or 30 people in a week
wow.
that
So it's
opted in.
all over the place, depending on
Yeah,
time of year, what you guys are doing for marketing, all that kind of good stuff.
right. Yeah, that's right.
That makes sense. Now, it's it it sounds to me like this is a fairly high churn kind of a business as far as like acquisition specialists go. You've been doing this for 4 years now. What's kind of the secret to your longevity?
Um, I stay. I mean, I stay as consistent as I possibly can. I
Yeah.
have um, I have a good mentor. It's the owner of the company.
Mhm.
Um, that I work for, and he's been a really good mentor in sales, negotiation, real estate investing, and all of that. Um, so he's helped me understand, a lot of different things. And then it's being consistent. So I can learn all of these things from what he when I started, what he started teaching me, but I have to apply them every day as well, right? So
Yeah.
staying
Yeah.
consistent.
Very good. Now, as we're wrapping up our conversation here, Elton, where does real estate fit in for you? Are you an investor as well?
Yeah. So I bought my first property, my first rental property when
Congratulations.
I was 21.
Hmm.
And I think it was my first year into real estate. So I bought my first property, fixed it up, and I put a renter in there. And looking to rinse and repeat.
Nice, nice, nice. What are your plans for the rest of this year, 2025?
I would like to own or finance that property,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
because
Turn it even more passive.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about 3 hours away from where I'm at, and I don't want to have to deal with the headache of managing it.
Got it.
So I would own or finance it, the and then I'm interested in finding more properties to own or finance. Yeah.
Cool. Very good. Well, you're in the right line of work to earn while you learn, that's for sure. And it sounds like you've learned a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, that was the point. That was the goal.
Yeah. Elton, if people want to connect with you, what should they do?
Yeah, they can follow my YouTube. It's Elton WC Vasquez.
Elton, thanks for being on the show. This has been a lot of fun.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.